Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Tuesday, the 21st of March. Good to have you aboard. We are a Blue Wire podcast. However you're listening, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment. You do all that good stuff. And of course, ZASLOW Show 2.0. Everything ZASLOW Show 2.0 is presented by our title sponsor from day number one. We're talking Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. Glad to be here with you guys. Glad you're making the time of your day to hang out with us. We got a lot going on here today. There's a lot of action. So, we got the Panthers to recap from last night. We got the Heat, who are not back in action till tomorrow, but shaping up to be a big matchup with the New York Knicks. You got the World Baseball Classic final is tonight down at Lone Depot Park. I haven't been watching World Baseball Classic. Like I said, it's not for me. But I'm not pulling the ugly American move where, it doesn't mean anything. It's not, I don't know, it looks like it means something. So just because it's not for me doesn't mean I have to project those feelings and those thoughts on everybody else. It may be for you, and that's perfectly fine. It's just not for me. By the way, Major League Baseball season starts, I think, a week from Thursday? I think we're 9 days away. I think the 30th is the Marlins opening day. So how about that? That's right around the corner. That's kind of snuck up on us. But while we have a few things to get to right up the top here that are very important, I do want to mention, so last night, I went to, I didn't go anywhere last night. Last night I watched the Panther game. Obviously, I'm very dialed into that, and we'll get to that in a second. Tonight, though, how about this? So, my younger son is on spring break right now. I think like all the public schools in the Tri-County area, they're on spring break right now. So, my younger son, Jordan, is on break. We are going to Orlando this afternoon. We're driving to Orlando. We're going to Universal Studios tomorrow. I haven't been to Universal Studios in, I'd say probably in about 8 or 9 years. I haven't been to Universal Studios. But my son Jordan's never been to Universal Studios. So he's been asking, he wants to go to Universal Studios. All right, so we're spending a couple nights in Orlando. We're going to hit the road right after I get done doing the show here this morning. Tonight, though, how about this? And I'm telling you this because you're probably going to see it on social media, what have you. I'll post pictures. Got to put it up for the gram, where, of course, I'm an influencer. We're going to the Magic game tonight. The Magic are playing the Wizards. I mean, what a shit show of a game, right? We're going to the Magic game tonight. Matter of fact, we were going to go to the game on Thursday, which was Magic and Knicks. It's got a little bit more pizzazz to it. But just as far as our schedule went, it worked out better. Oh, you know what? That wasn't it. It wasn't the schedule. It was the price of the tickets, obviously. Because we wanted good seats, and we have very good seats tonight. But the same kind of seats, a lot more expensive for the Knicks on Thursday night. So I was like, let's go to the Wizards game. We'll sit real close. I actually gave him the option. I said, do you want to see the Magic and Wizards and have great seats? Or do you want to see the Magic and Knicks, which I know he wanted to see the Knicks. Do you want to see the Magic and Knicks and have, iffy seats? He's like, no, I want really good seats. Go, okay, perfectly fine by me. I don't care. And the Magic are fun. Wizards stink. Magic are fun. So why are you going to the games, ZASLOW? Well, we wanted to do some fun stuff while we're in Orlando, but also my son, he wanted to go to an NBA game in a different arena. Just want to see what it's like. So I'm like, yeah, we could totally go to the Magic game. Now, I have not been to Amway Center. I don't think I've been there for a Magic game. I've been there for wrestling. I went there to Royal Rumble in 2016. I don't think I've been to Amway Center for a Magic game. But I used to go to the games in the old Orlando Arena. I used to go to the Magic Heat games every time that the Heat were in town. If I was in school in Orlando at UCF, or if I was in school at University of Florida, used to drive to the games, used to go to all the Heat Magic games. Even went to a bunch of Magic playoff games. I remember that year, I went to Magic Bucks playoff games, maybe even Magic Pistons playoff games, when Tracy McGrady was with the Magic. But anyway, so I've been to a bunch of Magic games in the old Orlando Arena. I don't think I've been to a Magic game at Amway Center. So my son wants to go to an NBA game, not in, Miami-Dade Arena. That's what it's called this week. So how many games have I been to? How many different NBA arenas have I been to? Obviously, all right, so down here, so we're not going to count that. I've been at the Hawks. I've been at the Knicks. I've been at the Clippers. I've been at the Mavericks in finals. And I think this will be number 5 then. I don't think I've never been to a Magic home game in that arena. So I guess this will be number 5, although I went to the old arena, so maybe if you want to count it as 6, let's just count the cities. So this will be 5 for me in different NBA cities. I don't think I'm leaving any out. I think those are the 5. So anyway, you'll see tonight. I'll post some pictures. We're going to the Magic Wizards game. Now, there are going to be some people who are not listening to the show right now. Excuse me. And they'll see on the gram, because of course you follow me on Instagram, I'm an influencer. You'll see on the gram, ZASLOW, what the hell are you doing at a Magic Wizards game? Very valid question. Very, very good question. The question is, and you know what? Maybe I'll put up a ZASLOW Show 2.0 poll. Maybe I'll put up a very controversial ZASLOW Show 2.0 poll. Do I wear Heat gear at the Magic Wizards game tonight? That's a good... Now, neither team... Like, how do you feel about someone who's at a sporting event wearing the jersey? I'm not going to wear a jersey because I'm not a child. But wearing the jersey or shirt of a team that's not even playing. How do you feel about that? I don't know. I feel like sometimes you give that person the side eye. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put that out there. How do we normally feel about someone who wears gear of a team that's not playing? Do I wear Heat gear tonight at the Magic game? All right. I'll let the ZASLOW Show 2.0 listener decide on that one. We'll figure that out. So I told you guys yesterday, we have a couple new sponsors that have joined the show. Really super exciting. The show doesn't work without the sponsors. It's the lifeblood of the show. I told you guys I'm never going to charge for this show. You know, sometimes you got subscription, you got to subscribe here. Well, I'm never going to do that. You guys are never going to have to pay for anything. But the reason that I'm never going to have to do that, the reason I'm never going to do that is because you're going to support the sponsors. The sponsors support the show. You support the sponsors. Boom. The show is always going to be for free. I'm never going to charge you guys. And one of our newest sponsors, of course, we're talking Water Cleanup of Florida. Look, we added them to the show yesterday. Super excited to have them on board. When life gets salty, you make yourself a margarita, right? Well, when water damage gets you mold, you call or text Water Cleanup of Florida. When disaster strikes in your home or your business, you need specialized, fast, and reliable services. Water Cleanup of Florida understands how an unexpected property damage can overtake your life or business. I want you to avoid that, all right? That's why I send you to Water Cleanup of Florida, because you're not going to have to stress. You're going to allow their 60-plus years of combined experience handle your restoration project from start to finish. Water Cleanup of Florida, they're prepared to handle disasters of all sizes, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Fully licensed, insured, and general contractor that provides the one-stop shop in that busy home and busy owners require. Their objective, they're going to make the cleanup and insurance claim process painless and hassle-free. Serving the Tri-County area, Miami, Broward, Palm Beach counties. Call or text Water Cleanup of Florida, the Greensteins. Those are my guys. They're going to take care of it all for you. Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635. That's 954-900-8635. Water Cleanup of Florida, we clean up your schmutz. All right. Love having them aboard. So, let's get to the Panthers last night. I can't believe it. I'm so happy, all right? Obviously, I'm not going to jinx anything, but I'm so happy. The Panthers, are they doing it? So last night, first night of a back-to... I thought Alex Lyon was going to be in net last night because he was called up. They gave him a few games in Charlotte because they knew with this back-to-back that he was going to have to take one of the games. Bobrovsky has to rest at some point, all right? So he's going to sit out tonight. Alex Lyon will be in between the pipes. I thought it was going to be last night because you figure, all right, the team last played Saturday. Let's give him an extra day off here, and then he plays Tuesday. But I guess they're going, really the exact opposite was, all right, they're going to give him the extra day off from last night to Thursday against Toronto, which actually makes sense because you want the extra day off before a game against a great team like Toronto. And then, of course, 2 days later, you got the Rangers. But first things first, we got to focus on that. It was also probably the right move because Detroit's done now. They're not in the playoffs. Panthers ended their season last night. Detroit, though, is a much better team than Philadelphia. So have Bobrovsky in net against Detroit, and then Alex Lyon, throw him out there at Philadelphia. They've been terrible all year. So it worked out. Panthers get the win last night, 5-2. And before we actually recap the game, last night again was a very good night for the Panthers. The Penguins, they lost late at home to Ottawa. Ottawa, look, they're kind of done. Like, I guess they're hanging on by a thread as far as the playoffs go. The Senators right now, they're 6 points back of the second wild card spot. So like I said, hanging on by a thread, especially since they got that win last night. But they do the Panthers a huge solid with a late victory over the Penguins. Very bad loss for Pittsburgh, 2-1. And the Panthers took care of their business last night with the win in New Jersey. They beat New Jersey the other day. Fantastic game at home. In Detroit. So the Panthers, they really weren't getting anything done the first 6-7 minutes of the game. And literally, their first shot on goal gave them a 1-0 lead.
Not have a shot on goal yet. Bennett's trying to change that to Tkachuk, and they got it. Matthew Tkachuk again with his 33rd of the year, and the Panthers break out on top.
Oh, this young Detroit team, and there's a few that cover this team. They'll give the big mistakes and give that puck away, and that's exactly what happened. As a dangerous pass by the Red Wings up the middle, and watch Bennett here. Takes his man, goes back into the high slot, and then turns around, and that puck's right on his stick, and then over to Tkachuk.
On his way to a back-to-back 100-point season, Matthew Tkachuk, I don't need to tell you, he's been everything this team wanted. A home run of a trade. You can criticize Bill Zito for, maybe some other moves, I guess you can criticize. But the Tkachuk trade, taking a big swing, moving Huberdeau, an all-time great player for the franchise. It obviously took a lot of guts to make that move. It was a home run trade for the Panthers. He is awesome. So Tkachuk gets the Panthers on board there, the way he always does. 5 feet from in front of the net, he gets the rebound there. Sam Bennett winds up getting you the assist. Second goal of the game. Now they're giving credit right now to Carter Verhaeghe. I don't know how Verhaeghe keeps that goal. It looked like it went off Sam Bennett.
Even on a lot of the games they've lost, at least of late. Tkachuk working down low, sweeps it out in front. Verhaeghe's blast, they score! Bennett was out in front. Tkachuk gets another point, and the Panthers are up 2-0 in the first.
Yeah, shoot the puck. Verhaeghe now extends his point streak to 5 games, and he was in the perfect position there in the high slot. But what about the work of Bennett as well?
So they're still giving it to Verhaeghe, his 35th of the season. Bennett was standing right there in front of the net. The puck definitely hit something there. I could have sworn it was Bennett. Maybe it only went up the goalie and didn't hit Sam Bennett. I don't know, but they're still officially crediting it to Carter Verhaeghe. 35 goals. 35 goals leading the team. Carter Verhaeghe. That put the Panthers up 2-0. They actually went and did a video review. It came back that there was no goaltender interference on Bennett. Absolutely the right call. Easy call, actually. So the Panthers, they remain up 2-0. It's 2-1 there early. Well, actually 2-1 after late in the first period. It was 2-1. In the second period, it's still 2-1, and then you have Gustav Forsling, who gets his 10th goal of the year.
Barkov picks up the loose puck. Reinhardt in deep. It comes to Forsling. Big blast, he scores! Gustav Forsling! Off the great work by the Barkov line, and the Panthers lead it 3-1.
Oh, he just rifles it past the goalie. Forsling back to a 2-goal lead, 3-1. It was 3-2 then in the third period. Now we got a battle. All right, the Panthers not trailing in the third period like they usually do. Now they got to hold on in the third period. And then you get one of my favorite plays in all of hockey, and that's a good old-fashioned 2-on-none breakaway.
Come the Panthers, Duclair and Stoll. It's a 2-on-0. Anthony Duclair, the pass, the shot, they score! The Duke sets up Eric Staal, and the Panthers lead it 4-2.
Eric Staal with his 13th goal of the year. Anthony Duclair gets his 3rd assist of the year. A 2-on-none breakaway. Duclair pitches it to the right side there to Eric Stahl. Goalie can't get back in time. Easy goal. Finds the back of the net. That was with just under 4 minutes left. That puts the Panthers up 4-2. Carter Verhaeghe, with about a minute and a half left on the power play, gets his 2nd goal of the night. 36th goal of the year for Carter Verhaeghe, makes it 5-2. Bobrovsky was excellent, like he's been for really the past 3 months. And the Panthers, are they doing it? The Panthers win 5-2 last night. A game that you have to have. You got to win that game. All right? Stupid Detroit, you have to win that game. And the Panthers now have pulled into the 2nd wild card spot. That's what I'm talking about. The Panthers, with 12 games left, officially control their own destiny. So, with Pittsburgh losing last night, the Panthers leapfrog Pittsburgh, 79 points, Pittsburgh 78 points. Both have played the same amount of games. Also, last night was so huge for the Panthers because the Islanders were idle, which means that last night was one of those games in hand that the Panthers have on the Islanders, and they won it. So the Panthers are 1 point back of the 1st wild card spot, still with the game in hand on the Islanders. So the Islanders, number 1, 80 points. Panthers, number 2, 79 points. Now, you just want to get into the playoffs. Anything can happen in the Stanley Cup playoffs. 8 seed beats a 1 seed all the time. The seedings don't matter. Now, they matter, but you understand what I'm saying. This year, though, the number 1 seed is like an all-time great Boston Bruin team, running away with the President's Cup this year. You just want to get into the playoffs. And the Panthers have beaten the Bruins twice this year. And if the Panthers are going to make the playoffs, it's going to take them streaking their way in like they are. But you want to avoid the Bruins. If you can. If you have to play the Bruins in the 1st round, so be it. Not going to be scared, but so be it. If you can avoid the Bruins in the 1st round, you would like to avoid the Bruins in the 1st round. So that's why these games are so important here, and the Panthers are just 1 back. So potentially, if the Panthers were to get that 1st wild card spot, it's the difference between playing Boston and playing Carolina, probably, who, by the way, Carolina is awesome in their own right. I hate the Hurricanes, man. God, I hate the Hurricanes. So it really just boils down to make the playoffs. Just get in, let the chips fall where they may. Now, tonight, let's see if the Islanders are playing tonight. This is very important. The Panthers are playing tonight, too. They're in Philadelphia. Got to win this game, especially if very tough home games coming up with the Rangers on Saturday and the Maple Leafs on Thursday. Let's see here. The Islanders are playing tonight. The Islanders are hosting Toronto. Very tough game for the Islanders, so maybe the Panthers can get a little bit of help here from the Maple Leafs. The Penguins are not playing tonight. So, look, now, if you take care of your own business, Panthers don't need to look around and worry about Ottawa and Buffalo and Washington. Worry about yourself and the one team that's in front of you right now. So that's the Islanders. And if you're interested, it's an ESPN Plus Hulu game if you're into that. So that's at 7:30 tonight. Islanders are hosting the Maple Leafs. If things break right for the Panthers, they could be sitting with the number 1 wildcard spot at the end of tonight, heading into a huge stretch of home games at the end of the week. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. Just think about what the atmosphere is. If the Panthers are in, even if they're still in the 2nd wildcard spot going into this weekend's games, look at the games coming up this weekend for the Panthers, all right? Toronto and New York Rangers, now you have a lot of Maple Leaf fans. Maple Leafs are very good. You're going to have a lot of Ranger fans. Rangers are very good. But those are going to be monster crowds. And then you have Then you have a road trip coming up. Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Columbus. And then you get to the home stretch where 4 of your final 5 games of the season are at home. Those 4 games are Buffalo, Ottawa, Toronto, Carolina. You got a road game mixed in there with Washington. So you got a bunch of teams who are still fighting for potential playoff spots. You're seeing Ottawa a couple times. You're seeing Buffalo. And of course you're seeing Toronto a couple times. So, difficult schedule. But the way the Panthers are playing right now, can't be scared. Can't be scared. I'm so excited that they're potentially doing it. Let's go, man. Oh, man. All right, everybody calm down. Everybody take it easy. Finally, I told you, man, it's the only positive to the Panthers having such a shit first half of the season was these games are so exciting. Every night feels like a playoff game. You know what I'm talking about. Every night feels like a playoff game. It's so cool. I love it so much. Anyway, that's what's going on for the Panthers. What time's tonight? Tonight is 7 p.m. So I'll be keeping track. Now, this isn't going to be one of those nights where I'm going to record the Panther game and watch when I get home because we're going to be in a hotel. We're staying at Universal Studios Resort. But my son and I, we're going to be at the Magic game. So I'll be keeping track of the Panthers on my phone. Maybe I'll watch it on my phone while, I don't know. My son probably won't dig that. But I'll keep track of what's going on with the Panthers on my phone. So anyway, we're going to be in a hotel tonight. The one bad thing about being in the hotel tonight, I'm not going to have my Sheets and Giggles. Sheets and Giggles, brand new sponsor on ZASLOW Show 2.0. If you use my promo code ZASLOW, you get 20% off. That's a big discount. You get 20% off your first order on Sheets and Giggles. SheetsGiggles.com. SheetsGiggles.com/ZASLOW. Like I said, use my promo code ZASLOW. 20% off your first order on Sheets and Giggles. I sleep like a baby now. The sheets, the pillowcase. I got a eucalyptus pillow as well. I love it. It's perfect for just being, inclined, have my head inclined just perfectly so that I can see the TV in my bed. I don't have to mount a bunch of pillows. I love that eucalyptus pillow. You can get a eucalyptus mattress, but the sheets are so soft, the comforter, and it stays cool. I don't get hot. I don't get to a point in the middle of the night where I got to take the comfort off because I'm hot. Nah, the sheets are so cool. Now look, you want to go to sheetsgiggles.com and you're going to be part of over 100,000 Americans who are sleeping on Sheets and Giggles. My man, Colin, he's the founder and CEO of Sheets and Giggles. He's a Miami sports fan. Love having them on board here. And look, they're softer, they're cooler, they're more breathable, like I said. I love the messages, too, that I get online where it's like, ZASLOW, you're going to love Sheets and Giggles. Honestly, the softest, coolest sheets I've ever had. They're the real deal. And yo, if you sent me those messages, you're 100% right. Sheets and Giggles, if you're looking for sheets, you don't have to look any longer. SheetsGiggles.com. Easy to wash, easy to maintain, easy to put on your bed. They got the little tag there that tells you, hey, left corner, bottom left corner. I love that. It's so easy. Again, SheetsGiggles.com. Use my promo code ZASLOW. SheetsGiggles.com/ZASLOW. You're going to be one of over 100,000 Americans who are sleeping on Sheets and Giggles. You don't have to thank me. Don't worry about that. I don't need the credit, all right? Colin at Sheets and Giggles, he gets the credit, all right? Sheets and Giggles, SheetsGiggles.com.